thoughts. This is pretty amazing. This Johnny Somali or Somalia, whatever it is that he goes by. I, Apparently, it was YouTubing. I think they've taken his YouTube channel away, so he's live streaming on some other platforms, and he's just going wild. And it makes me wonder if it's more of a drug-based thing. Um, he just acts all the way live. Um, and why anybody would do what they're doing to themselves, like for so-called fame. Tell me your thoughts. This is pretty unreal. This is some guy that is traveling around the world, and he's already been banned and thrown out of Japan over doing silly stuff. Now he's apparently in Korea and doing a bunch of stuff, and it's just unreal. So, I mean, I have kind of watched a lot of stuff in the last couple days uh, in regards to this, and it's just amazing. I mean, the videos are the proof in the pudding. It's just absolutely unreal. Have you seen any of this stuff? I'm not really into a lot of the big drama stuff or anything, but I want to tell you, this has definitely got my attention. It is like all over the internet. Um, and it just gets more interesting as we go along. A lot of people are monetizing off of it. And I'm already monetized, so I'm not worried about all that. But um, uh, one person put on some post that said 29 years and all that. You can't predict anything. You don't know. It's all a day in the court. I'm sure court is the same there as it is in the United States. Does anybody know? This guy sounds Jamaican to me. Maybe not. Maybe he's just real ghetto. But um, is he actually a U.S. citizen? Because this really puts shame on the United States. Just to have one person go to all these countries and show their butt like that, you know? It makes us all look bad. Like they're going to be scared every time an American, travels to go see their beautiful country and that. I mean, you know, it just does not look good, and it keeps antagonizing the police and strangers and businesses. The Orient is super proper. I had taught English for a school in Japan, um, and uh, I'd done it for a couple years. It's pretty fun, and I'm going to tell you, the people are very proper, and they have a lot of requirements of what you can say or discuss in the classroom, and you're not supposed to ask them questions about their personal stuff, like what kind of car do they drive or anything. They have to volunteer that to you. And so, because it's a matter of respect and all that, it's just they're just really 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 proper. And so, he's just going spastic doing the stuff he's doing. I mean, it's just like you look at some of these videos and it's like this guy's lost his mind. And he's like on some site that's kind of like a truth or dare thing. And it's kind of like, people are like tipping him $5 to go do something dumb. It almost sounds like there's a bunch of little kids on there that are like egging him on. And it's really pitiful. So I just want to see what everybody thought. And if you've been following any of this, because it's going to get really interesting. He went to court March 7th of this year on, I think, 3 charges. Has 3 or 4 charges, and the charges just keep adding up because he keeps doing stuff. uh, and from cussing out the police, all kinds of stuff. And he's now running with some buddy of his, I guess named Hank, and they're running around doing crazy stuff. And I'm wondering if they're going to end up calling this guy in as an accessory just for hanging out with him. Because this guy is really a loudmouth. He is just unreal, you know. So tell me your thoughts. Let's see if we get anybody up on here and see if we can uh, find out anything interesting here. We managed to get on the live, oddly enough. My other phone was having problems and I had to get a new phone. And I still need to vlog about that too. But let's see if we can get anybody up on here and see what they think and what they know. This is quite interesting. I'd love to hear a lot of the Americans' viewpoint on this, uh, and see what people think. I'm quite embarrassed. If he's from the USA, I'm very very embarrassed that someone from the USA would act like that. You know, really, I am. Um, I find it to be a bit offensive. Uh, and why would you do stuff like this for pennies on the dollar? I mean, really. Um, I would think you'd do better just getting a job. And the thing I thought about is he told the police or the courts at one time that he was a student, you know, a visiting student, and if he's on a student visa and not attending school, I wonder what the effects of that are. Because he's working by YouTubing or whatever he's doing, live streaming and getting tips, he's getting paid. And probably by the views and the tips. And so that's called work. So I find it to be very, very interesting. What say you? I thought I'd jump on here and see what you guys have to say, and kind of go from there. See if we can get some people up on this live, and see what people have to say. And like, have you heard about it? Have you seen any of the internet news about it? I want you to tell me your thoughts. Because it's pretty wild, that's for sure. So I spent like the last 2 days kind of listening to a lot of stuff, and new vlogs come up that are very, very interesting, and people that have access to like the legal stuff on these cases. The next case is like in uh, like the first week of April, apparently, and I guess it skyrocketed from 3 or 4 charges to like 7 at this point. I'm sure there'll be a lot more too, but it looks like nothing less than 7 years from what people are saying. Um, can you imagine this guy gets charged with a whole bunch of years, uh, and just like ends up there for like 40 years? I don't know. The legal system's a little different there, where they don't like to hold you in jail. They want to, have court first, and the court process takes, normally 2 or 3 months per charge, but they're like speeding it up real quick. And now they've apparently combined from one side of Korea to the other side. I guess from the east side to west side. Then I guess he's got some charges in North Korea too, or something. It is just a mess, an absolute mess. So tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. We'll wait here and see if we get some people on. We're gonna get some Johnny Somali people here. I think it's really sad that somebody that young is just gonna ruin their life and then their record. And it makes me wonder if when they do a background check on you for a job, if it actually will pick up that foreign stuff too. He went and pleaded guilty to the first charges back in the 7th of March, I think, was that court case hearing. But they deferred it like 3 weeks or something. And so the other hearing comes up soon. But they're going to slam some other charges into that one too. And when you get somebody on here that's from there, they can fill us in a little bit more on how the legal system works there. I think it'd be quite interesting. Because inquiring minds want to know. I'm up on the live, so let's see if we can pick up any people on here. It's an oddball time of day to do it, but let's see what we can find out. It live streams a lot better on here with a 5G phone. My other phone's 4G. And it got to the point where it just never want to live stream. It's so screwballed up. And this phone has so much memory built into it. I haven't even put a chip in it yet. I need to, because I got to transfer a bunch of stuff out of it. But wow. Johnny Somali. That's just his like stage name. It's not his real name. That's what he calls himself. on the internet. Maybe he's from Somalia. I don't know. So, what say you about Johnny Somali? I love to hear everybody's thoughts. It was a nice day today. It was warm. Got a few things done today. Well, comment below and tell me your thoughts. So, what do you think about this Johnny Somali thing? Tell me your thoughts. Oh, I got